I have described some different scopes for labels. The keyword global makes a label available to another source file. The other source file declares it as an extern, and it can refer to it from there. A regular label, not declared as global, is known throughout a source file. A label beginning with a period is a regional label. It's known only between two regular or global labels. And a label beginning with 2% signs is known only inside a macro. There is one more scope you need to know about. It's possible to create a local label. You can control where and how it's defined. Using this technique, you can share labels between macros. To do this, you define a context and define labels for that context. Any two pieces of code can share the context labels. You can create a new context at any time by using the push command to push the context onto the preprocessor stack. A context created this way has two characteristics. It has a name, and it's the top context on the stack. So even if you have other contexts with the same name, that's okay. You can tell them apart by their relative positions on the stack. Now, to define a label that is in the context on the top of the stack, you define it beginning with a % and a $sign. As long as the context remains on top, the label can be referred to by that name. You can define as many labels as you want this way, and they will all go onto the top context. To remove the context from the top of the stack, you use the pop command. This will remove and delete the context, including all the labels you've defined for it. The context below it on the stack returns to being the one on top. There are other things that you can do with the current context. For example, you can define one-line macros that exist only in this context. When you pop the context off the stack, the macro definition vanishes. When you use the push operator to create a new context on top of the stack, the labels and definitions in the context below it can be accessed by using two $signs in their names. You can reach labels defined in the context below that by using $3 signs, and so on as deep as you want to go. And you can change the name of the context on top of the stack. Of course, one way to change the name is to pop off the old name and push on a new one, but that has a side effect of deleting all the labels and definitions in the context. If you want to keep all the labels, you can just change the name by using the replace command. Everything except the context name is left intact. The reason you might want to change the name of a context is because of an assembly language if statement that I haven't shown you yet. You can use the if context command, which results in true only if the name of the context is correct.